Taoqi is unique because she's one of the rare characters who scales with defense. Besides some basic attacks, Taoqi has a 4-part basic attack combo that scales off her attack. Her heavy attack puts her in a rock-steady defense state that lasts 3 seconds. During this state, Taoqi takes 35% reduced damage. If you release the heavy attack button during this time, she'll perform a heavy attack that scales off attack percent. However, if she's attacked or if the 3-second duration ends, she'll execute a counterattack known as strategic parry, dealing damage based on her defense. This is definitely the one you want. Her resonant skill also deals damage based on her defense and generates 3 rock-steady shields, which are actually more like rock-steady plates. They don't provide shields per se but reduce damage by a fixed 15%. These plates remain on any active character and can be consumed in 3 ways: taking damage, triggering Taoqi's 4th basic attack, or having the rock-steady shield plate duration expire. For every rock-steady shield plate consumed, Taoqi gains 1 bar on her Forte gauge, up to a maximum of 3 bars. This is crucial for getting the maximum Forte in the shortest time. To get the most out of Taoqi, start with her resonance skill and either perform a full basic attack combo to reach her 4th basic attack or take damage with her rock-steady defense when you have 1 rock-steady plate left. Alternatively, you can swap to a different character to take damage. When you have Forte gauge bars, you can use them for timed counter follow-up attacks. You have 3 options: use the resonant skill when Taoqi is about to take damage, though this is on a 15-second cooldown, perform the strategic parry from her rock-steady defense heavy attacks, or trigger her intro skill, which allows immediate timed counter follow-up attacks. These follow-up attacks are a 3-part combo triggered by pressing the left mouse button after choosing one of the options. This damage scales with defense and is enhanced by a basic attack damage boost. Each part of the timed counter attack will consume 1 bar of her Forte gauge and generate a stackable shield. This shield actually absorbs damage before reducing character HP, unlike the rock-steady plates. It's important to note that you cannot dodge, sprint, or be hit before or during her timed counter follow-up attacks, as it will interrupt the combo, preventing you from consuming Forte bars or generating shields. That covers the basics of Taoqi's shield generation and rotation. Before activating her ultra skill, make sure you've used her resonance skill followed by resonance liberation. Her defense is increased when activating her inherent skill, and her liberation is a high defense scaling nuke. Playing her in waves requires characters to spend some time on the field before fully utilizing their kits, so you won't find characters that you can just swap in and out quickly in the early versions. Now, let's talk about her best weapon for her support playstyle. If you've seen the guide for John and Garo, you know that the Autumn Trace from the Battle Pass is incredibly powerful. At rank 5, it competes with top-tier weapons in the 5-star category. However, an R5 Autumn Trace in CBT2 provided a 174% defense increase, which made it unrealistically strong compared to other weapons. Therefore, I'm not including this weapon as it's likely to receive a significant nerf with the global release. The best weapon for Taoqi will be Duelessive Right. It's the only 5-star weapon that provides a defense boost with its secondary stat, aligning perfectly with her kit. This weapon is expected to receive a buff to its passive, making it even stronger for Taoqi. An alternative with a solid base for her optimal shield ratio is the 3-star weapon Originite Type 1. Though it won't improve her shielding amount, it boosts her damage output. Another option is the Broad Blade 41. If Taoqi uses the Rejuvenating Glow Echo Sonata set, you can get this weapon for free from NPCs in Tiger's MO, which provides an attack boost for her standard basic attacks and increases her HP restoration. Now that we've covered her weapons, let's talk echo sets. There are actually 2 echo sets that work exceptionally well for Taoqi in her supportive role. I highly recommend watching this Tekken guide video for a full understanding, but in short, Taoqi can serve as a team-wide support buffer or a DPS buffer. Personally, I'd recommend playing Taoqi as a team-wide support buffer, especially if you don't have healers like Verena and Baiji, particularly for Tower of Adversity. As a team-wide buffer, Taoqi will use the Rejuvenating Glow Echo set. You can use the Broad Blade number 41 if Taoqi uses the set, but Dauntless Evenite is still superior. Broad Blade is a solid fix for her energy problems since Taoqi will be the one on field when using her shields, and you won't swap characters while consuming her rock-steady shield plates. This setup allows her to reduce damage with her rock-steady shield plates, heal herself for the damage loss, and then provide shields afterward, ensuring the damage is fully absorbed when other team members are on the field. The alternative echo set is the 5-piece Moonlight Cloud. This limits her support buffs to being a DPS buffer rather than a team-wide buffer, due to the 5-piece effect. However, it also eliminates any energy issues, making the Broad Blade 41 unnecessary. With the Moonlight Cloud Echo set, you'll deal more damage during her rotations, and Dauntless Evenite will work optimally with it. To sum up, for a team-wide support role, Taoqi is best with the Rejuvenating Glow Echo set for damage absorption, improved healing, and team-wide buffs. As a DPS buffer, Taoqi shines with the Moonlight Cloud set for quick rotations, high damage output, and full buffs for your main DPS. When it comes to echo stats, Taoqi is definitely one of the easier characters to build. For her main stats, defense percent is the top choice across all echoes, providing maximum shield and self-healing. Although it's not the best for damage, it is crucial for her preservation capabilities. Basic attack damage bonus is your best bet for increasing her damage, as her timed counter follow-up attacks are considered basic attacks. Energy recharge is also important, especially if you're not using Broad Blade 41. Lastly, HP percent is vital for Taoqi's survivability at higher levels due to her low base HP. Even with significant defense, damage reduction, and self-healing, enemies with high damage output can still pose a threat. Other useful stats include Resonance Liberation damage bonus, Resonance Skill damage bonus, and flat defense. Let's now discuss her talents or Forte page. To maximize her shield, you'll want to prioritize her Forte circuit first. This increases her follow-up attack damage. Next, level up her resonance skill to improve self-healing. Her damage reduction is fixed, so it's her intro skill and resonance liberation that are equally important to level up. Her basic attack is useful for managing multiple rotation cycles. Ending a rotation with her resonance skill lets you immediately trigger a shield, shortening the rotation time with Taoqi. I hope this makes things clearer. Her inherent skill is crucial because it provides a 15% defense increase while she has rock-steady shield plates, enhancing every aspect of her kit that scales with defense. I don't usually cover sequences for these CBT2 guides, but for those wanting to use Taoqi as a DPS, an S2, S4, and S6 sequence offers incredible DPS buffs. The S1 provides a significant shield increase, allowing you to sacrifice some defense for havoc damage bonuses. Lastly, let's talk about team comps. As mentioned, Taoqi can be a viable alternative to a healer, especially since there are only 2 real healer options, and one is a 5-star. This flexibility allows her to fit well into various teams if built as a team-wide buffer. As a single teammate buffer, Taoqi's utility is limited to her outro skill and the Moonlight Cloud set, making her best suited for characters with good resonance skill damage.